Surge, and it's 9:46 a.m. October 20th. So what I'm gathering is supposedly they got all sorts of impersonation tactics with deepfakes. And some of these guys are rich guys, so they can afford way more advanced deepfakes. Supposedly some people think they've actually talked to me on a satellite. I don't even know how to get on a fucking satellite. So if there's something that looks like me on a satellite, it's never me. So they're using deepfakes and hustles. So don't fall for bullshit. So they got all sorts of impersonation tactics. They impersonate people and do false testimony. They steal people's accounts and do false testimony. They blackmail and bribe people for their accounts and do false testimony. They got all sorts of tactics. They manufacture surveillance, manufacture video. They're taking advantage of people who are highly uneducated who claim to be expert investigators but aren't. So that's kind of how they're getting away with this shit. They got all sorts of telepathy impersonation tactics. Like, for instance, they can sit at something they call the telepathy booth and talk right into it. And I guess this microphone they speak into shows up under my telepathy outputs. They can also supposedly type into a computer, and whatever they type shows up in my telepathy output. So they got all sorts of hustles for impersonation. They also use impersonation for animosity cultivation in the same ways, but they're talking shit, they're slandering. So keep that in mind and remember that. But yeah, these people just need to go to prison. It's more than ridiculous now. How are they not in prison? And how has this gone on for 5 years and 8 months? It's just more than absurd now. But yeah, they got all sorts of ways to impersonate people with fake accounts, manufactured telepathy, supposedly even transmission hustles. Supposedly when I send stuff to Facebook, they hire hackers to make it transmit places so they can, I'll send a message to someone on Facebook and it'll transmit under the Pope or something. And they'll be like, oh, this is what the Pope said. But the Pope really didn't say it. They just have ways to hack stuff to make it upload somewhere else. So they got all sorts of hustles, supposedly. Never seen it. This is what I'm told. But if you look at screen recordings on my computer, see me say it and send a Facebook message, see if it shows up somewhere. That's another impersonation tactic.